Assalamu alaikum, good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of Talking Point. A very warm welcome from London. The temperature is 32 degrees, very unlike London, but anyway. First of all, the two news items. First, the good news that NTV has completed 15 years of wonderful service throughout the world. We are a giant in the media world. Secondly, on a sad point, the students stuck up in a Thai cave are suffering. One of the skydivers has died. Worldwide, the attempts are being made. Everybody is joining in to save the children and their coaches. We appeal to you to remember them in your prayers. Today's topic, rather than the personality, we have chosen a topic: rural development in Bangladesh. There is a saying, charity begins at home. It does not mean that you should start giving money to your children only. What it means is somebody close to you. And this closeness is near and dear ones, and then it extends to your neighbors, and slowly and gradually it covers the community. Most of us, we spend at least 1 month of the year back in Bangladesh. We go there, we meet people, we enjoy, and then we also visit villages, our ancestral villages. We see that a lot of development has taken place, but yet there are pockets where we could be useful in helping those unfortunate people with some sort of development projects, like encouraging them to take part in practical works that can generate money. To discuss all these things, I have invited Dr. Mukhlisur Rahman. He is himself a social worker, a bit of a political leaning, but we're not talking about politics tonight. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for coming along and at such a short notice. And I know that you have been away from London. You were enjoying the weather in Europe, but I tell you that the weather in London was as good as that.
But the place I was, weather was awful. I was in Romania, and out of 5 days, 3.5 days was raining continuously, non-stop. So you can imagine.
Now we are looking forward to rain, at least our gardens. Yeah. This idea that charity begins at home, how do you see this?
Charity always begins at home. Since my young life, I heard this from my elderly. If you start charity at home, it doesn't mean that your relatives, because you are already well off, reasonably well off, but you have very close relatives who needs help.
Yeah.
They are very unfortunate. Also your neighbors.
Yes.
In fact, our Prophet said, if your neighbor cries of hunger,
yes,
you're not a good Muslim.
Yes. If he sleeps without eating anything,
you're not a good Muslim. So there's a lot of examples and lot of philosophy behind it. And you know people, you are seeing them, they are so miserable state, yes, and God has given you wealth and strength and ways of helping, so you should try to help your community.
Right.
And I know that I have a lot of friends, very close, and they are doing charitable work. Not 1 or 2, I can say dozens.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming from the doctors community, they are already advantageous group of people. They are very fortunate, and a lot of them doing these activities in their local areas, basically.
It can be like providing medical care.
Yeah, some have built their hospitals, some has built charitable health center, like where doctor goes weekly, every day, some place once or twice a week, they give free medicine, all services are there. Even maternity services they have arranged. So a lot of medical side is there. That is one area. So rural development means some people are poor, they have their good experience giving money directly and then
Yep,
eat it
yep,
up and nothing
yep,
at the end.
yep.
So then lot of them are giving them such a thing they can generate some money from there,
Yep.
like sewing machine and some rickshaws,
Yep.
motorized rickshaws, vans, motorized vans,
Yep.
and they are very well. I can give one example from my own experience. I know his grandfather for a long time. He was my father's age.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw this boy, and he was very efficient. I found out, and very honest, extremely honest, and he needed some help. I personally helped him twice. Once that did not work, but next time I give him a good amount of money. He bought a motorized rickshaw van,
Mm-hmm.
and now he has changed. He saved enough money. He built his house,
Mm-hmm.
and he is now about 6 months ago. He bought baby taxi.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the change. He
Yeah,
was not
yeah,
able
yeah,
to feed himself.
Yes.
Now he is built his own house,
Yes.
and he has a, a car which at least 3-4 lakhs rupees well.
Yes.
One.
And in turn, he is going to help others.
And he's doing it already. So this is the way to help community. This is one example. I have loads of hundred. I don't want to tell anything
Yeah,
more than
yeah,
this about
right.
myself,
Mhm.
but I have a lot of friends that do more than this. And
Yeah.
and really in Bangladesh there's a lot of social activities after the freedom of Bangladesh, and we have seen different NGOs,
Yeah.
non-NGOs, non-profit
Yeah,
organizations,
we'll talk about
lot of them
all this in detail.
in detail.
Can we see the footage? Thank you. On my back is the river Jamuna, and every year hundreds and thousands of people are displaced because of the erosion. What you see that has come up, those green island-like things, those are called the shores. See, they come up. The river throws, what the river eats away, river throws it up, see, and then this is habited by people who have been displaced. But this is a constant process, and a lot of people suffer. Cattle, schools and bridges. There used to be an embankment there, but with the embankment and the villages, now everything is part of the river, unfortunately, see. And we have to do more, because we just can't wait and depend on the fate and just the nature will do it or nature will not do it. Look at this side. You can see the erosion caused by the river. This is winter. This is pretty good season. But when the floods come over and the rivers are bubbling with water, then the damage is done. Last year, within the history of recorded history, 200 years, even 200 years ago, no flood like that had ever visited or caused any damage to this part of Bangladesh. I am here in Gutel, which is part of the Belgacha Union in Jamalpur district, and I will talk to you about it further. Well, Bangladesh is a land of rivers, and constantly the river is causing havoc because they eat away part of the land. See, every year people lose their houses, their fields, farms, and when they lose their houses, they lose their living, because where would the cattle go? Where would the cow be there, see? And then sometimes even the schools, mosques, they disappear. And maybe after a couple of years, there will be what they call chorpot, see? And then there will be a rush, see? So there's a government scheme, I learned, that those who have suffered, they will have the preference to go and settle there. Right. This is a constant problem, see, Nodi Bhanga, bola hai. So, have you experienced this? Have you seen it?
You will not believe me, I was born by the side of river. One of the biggest branch of Padda is called Airel Khan. I am originally from Madhepur district now, and opposite Madhepur town there is a place called Kajitak, and my family house is next to it, Amirabad Gram. And that village in my father's lifetime disappeared in the river, and he moved house 12 times from this side to other side, 12 times. On 13th occasion, he bought land
inside,
about 1.5 to 2 miles inside the river, out
away from
river. In 58, 15 he built the house, and that house, the pond for the ladies is the river. So this is the way they destroy the land, the society, our land, whatever my father's parental asset that is under river for more than 100 years. So whatever we have is my father's own creation. So this is the state of people. They have become so big, poor, beggars, unable to feed themselves. That's a miserable life. And you will not see. At one time I remember I was a school student, class 3 or 4. At night, in the middle of night, we wake up of noise. Then we heard 2 villages in one night has gone underwater. 2 villages. I cannot believe it. All the time we used to see big trees straight going inside. There's a huge circle of water, whirlpool, and everything it goes down.
Right.
And my uncle used to cut the side of the river like stairs, and we used to walk down the stair to go to the river to take bath. And that is the way we used to bath ourselves.
What is called is ghat.
Ghat bath. That is the way they used to make. We used to come home, and my mother will say, "Hey, what happened to your face? What? All mud in your face because the river is muddy, hardly clean water. We have to wash our face after bath." So this is the way the people become so poor. As a result, the people of Madhepur and Shariatpur were very poor.
Can we see another part of the footage? Assalamu alaikum. This is your host of Talkingpoint in TV, Syed Neaz Ahmad. I'm far away from London, not the plush studio that you are used to see. I'm here in the Wongan as a guest of Mr. Hussain Dilal. He runs a number of social and welfare projects, and I'm going to talk to him about that. I'm sitting in his office. This is the office of the principal, and let's start. Didar bhai, আপনি স্টার্ট করলেন এই প্রজেক্ট কয়েক বছর কয়েকটা প্রজেক্ট একসঙ্গে ইনভলভ আছেন আপনি ঢাকায় আবার আপনার ব্যবসা এখানে ঘর বাড়ি তো এতগুলো প্রজেক্ট ব্যবসা প্লাস আদার সোশ্যাল ওয়েলফেয়ার ওয়ার্ক আপনি করেন কেমন করে ম্যানেজ করছেন আপনি?
আমি ব্যক্তিগতভাবে যেটা মনে করি এটা ইচ্ছা শক্তিটা প্রধান জিনিস। ইচ্ছা শক্তি থাকলে মানুষ আসলে কাজ করতে পারে বলে আমি মনে করি। সেই ইচ্ছা শক্তি নিয়ে আমি কাজ করতেছিলাম। সেই আমাকে শক্তি দিচ্ছে পাওয়ার করে মানে
আপনার কয়টা প্রজেক্ট
এই মুহূর্তে যেগুলো প্রজেক্ট আসলে একটা সময় কিন্তু এই দেশের স্লোগান ছিল অন্ন চাই বস্ত্র চাই। এই স্লোগানটা কিন্তু এখন চাই শিক্ষা চাই, স্বাস্থ্য চাই, এবং আদার্স মানে উচ্চশিক্ষাতে। সেই আলোকেই কিন্তু আমি শিক্ষা এবং স্বাস্থ্য এই খাতে কাজ করার চিন্তা ভাবনা করেছি এবং কাজ শুরু করেছি। এবং পাশাপাশি যেটা আমি মনে করেছি যে দেশের মারা শিক্ষিত হলে জাতি শিক্ষিত হবে, দেশ শিক্ষিত হবে, দেশ এগিয়ে যাবে। সেই লক্ষ্য সামনে নিয়ে কিন্তু আমি এই মেয়েদের মানে মেয়েদের কলেজ, হ্যাঁ, যাতে করে মেয়েরা মানে শিক্ষিত হতে পারে এবং মেয়েরা শিক্ষিত এই দেশ এবং জাতিকে দিতে পারে, সেজন্য মেয়েদের কলেজ এটা।
Right. We will see part of this footage later. But as we were talking about okay, we will see this part of this footage after the break. Okay, thank you. Thanks for being with us. Don't go away. We'll be back soon. Thank you.